Hello! Welcome back, and today guys, we're going to be talking about if Skylanders had Pokemon types. Bear in mind, these are my opinions, but without further ado, let's get into it. First Skylander is probably the most famous one, that being Spyro. Now I'm pretty sure all of you guys watching this will probably know who he is, and the typing I'm going to give to him is pure dragon type. The reason being is he looks mainly like a normal dragon and he breathes fire, which are all categories of a normal dragon. I don't see a reason for any other typings. But let me know if you disagree in the comments below. Now moving on to our second Skylander in this video, we move on to Stealth Elf. Not as famous as Spyro, but still very famous. The typing I would give her is Grass Fairy. And the reason for this is, well, she is dwelling in grass, so that gives her the grass typing. And she also is an elf, which is usually related to fairy tales and fantasy. And all in all, I think it's a pretty cool typing, so I had to give it to one of them. Okay, now moving on to the third Skylander. He is another classic. It is none other than Gil Grunt. This shouldn't surprise anyone, but I'm going to give him the pure water type, because he's basically just a fish who can hold a water gun and walk. However, if you did count his jetpack, his water jetpack that is, he could be a water flying type, but I'm not going to count that. Now, the next Skylander that we have on the list is Eruptor. At first glance, he might seem just like a normal fire type. However, it shows in his backstory that he came from a species that used to live in an island underground. So therefore, I'm going to give him the fire and ground type for being made out of lava and used to live underground. And also make sure there's not a lot of too many pure types in this video. Moving on to the maddest one of them all, we have Trigger Happy from the tech element. However, the typing I'm going to give him may seem a bit bland, but it's the main one that suits him. That is the normal typing. I could have also given him the steel typing based on his golden guns and his love of money and coins, but it didn't seem too fitting as it wasn't a big enough part of his characteristic, and mainly it wasn't a part of his backstory or body in any way. But remember, you can think differently, this is just my opinion. And now we have Sonic Boom, not to be confused with Sega's Sonic. For this awesome looking griffin, I've given her the typing of Flying Dragon. Now the flying type is obvious, she flies, but the dragon typing might not be so obvious. So the reason I gave it to her was because in Pokemon, usually the mythical beings that fly are usually put in the dragon element, which may seem weird, but it happens a lot. I could have also given her the fairy typing because she's a fantasy creature, but I decided to go with dragon instead. Moving on to probably one of the most coolest one in this list, we have Chop Chop. Now I think his typing is fairly obvious, but if it's not, the typing I'm giving him is Dark Steel. The reason for the dark typing is because of his edgy atmosphere and overall look, and the steel typing for his Archean armour. Also, again, it's another typing I really wanted to get into a video, so I'm glad that I could with Chop Chop. Also, just look at him go, he's so damn cool. And for the last Skylander of this video today, we have Prison Break. And the typing I'd give to him would be pure rock type. That being mainly because he's a rock golem, and he's already in the earth element in the actual Skylanders game. I had some debate about whether putting him in the fairy typing as well, because of his crystals, but it didn't seem big enough to do so. Thank you guys so much for watching, I really appreciate the support, and if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, that's completely fine, but anyway, until next time, I bid you adieu.